Hey, rolling out. This is Crystal Jordan, and you guys know that I am always coming to you with meaningful conversations. But today I get to do something a little bit more fun. Yes, we're going to talk about entrepreneurship and female leadership and all those things that we'd love to bring to you guys on Rolling Out. But we're also going to give ladies a few makeup tips as we move from winter into spring. So I can't think of anyone more qualified to have this conversation with than my guest today. She is Mimi Johnson, and she's one of the headliners for the upcoming Grind Pretty Fest. So please help me welcome the very beautiful Mimi Johnson. Hey, Mimi.
Hi, Crystal. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations on Grind Pretty Fest. I know everyone here in Atlanta is super excited about the 2 day event. So before we get into all the specifics of it, can you give me a little bit of background? I know that you are headlining this with DJ Tracy Steele. So tell us a little bit about what you are hoping to see for this the 2024 Grind Pretty Fest.
Yes, so I am super excited. This is year 4 for us. And Grind Pretty Fest, it really happened organically. Tracy and I were on a shoot together,
Mhm.
and she was like, you should do a festival. I'll do all the music. I'll have all female DJs. You do your thing in women empowerment. And I said it made sense. So, this is year 4. And my whole thing with Grind Pretty Fest is I didn't want it to be so cliche. Like,
Mhm.
yes, we want to share our, inspiration. We want to have panels and all that good stuff. But I wanted to, one, give back. So this year we're giving away $5,000 in grants to
I love
deserving entrepreneurs.
love
And it's a celebration. It's fun. It's 90s themed. So everyone's encouraged to dress 90s. That's always the fun part.
it.
We have some live performances. This year we are honoring 702. So she will be there. And Jade Nova just got added to the lineup. So
Mhm.
super excited. Love her. And, we're celebrating women that are doing amazing things at our brunch, like Rashawn Ali and Nzinga Imani,
Mhm.
amongst other women. So, yeah, this is like a dream come true because I never expected to have like a festival. But I'm just happy and excited. So
Yeah, well, you
something.
are one of those women that have been doing this for a while, and you know that the beauty industry has really exploded, specifically here in Atlanta, because we have so many movies, and there was always music and music videos, but now we have movies, and so many people are doing things. So there are so many beauty entrepreneurs that are able to really take their business to the next level, which is why I love the title Grind Pretty, because you see a lot of beauty professionals definitely on their grind. What inspiration are you looking to, share with young women that are looking to get into the beauty industry, but also want this to be the way that they earn a living?
Yeah, so I think one of the key things is we always are attracted to the glitz and the glam of things. And what I want to get with this festival is two things: understanding the systems and processes of getting from A to B, and getting down to the nitty gritty of the process it takes to make a business work, whether you're a service provider or you have a product based business.
Right.
And also the connection, the real networking.
Hmm.
I think that's the key because you can Google things, right?
Right.
But when you're in an atmosphere of powerful women and even women on your level, the collaboration, the opportunities there, I think that's the key piece of what I want women to walk away with by coming to Grand Prix Fest.
Well, you also mentioned, and we were talking a little bit before we started this interview about the theme being a 90s theme and me being a 90s girl and being in love with Living Single, because you had women that were on their grind, right? All the
Yes.
characters on Living Single, from Khadijah, Max, Regine, and Sinclair, were all on their grind in a different way. So tell us a little bit about how you guys came up with the theme and what you're hoping that people will, how do you want them to get into the theme for this year?
Yes. So I am a 90s girl as well. So anything 90s, early 2000, that's me. So it gets me excited.
Mhm.
So in the past years, we've always done the 90s. So in the early 2000s last year. But this year, I was like, let's switch it up a little bit. Let's go to like iconic TV shows and those power women that we saw in the 90s,
Mhm.
especially with Living Single. And I think my parallel is like Khadijah having Flavor magazine. So
Mhm.
it's like, this is perfect. Living successful is our theme this year. So, think going to an event in the 90s, like what would you have worn? Would you be a Hillary from Fresh Prince, or would you
Right.
be a Regine, who was a daredevil diva with her outfits and her wigs?
Mhm.
So yeah, I just wanted to add that fun element to a women's empowerment event and festival.
I love that. I love that. Now we know we're going to get some tips from you on how your the participants and people that are coming out can get ready. We're going to get that and share that with our viewers later. But I want to ask you, because we know that we love talking to makeup artists, because that's what we love. We love to make sure that we can add and complement and accent ourselves. So I wanted to ask you, for specifically women of color, we are moving seasons, and I've learned, specifically since I do my own makeup a lot, that moving from winter into spring into summer, my complexion changes immensely. So can you give us some tips on how do we do that? And if I'm assuming that if my complexion changes and I need to get a different foundation, do I also need to get a different highlighter? Like, what do I need to do to move successfully through the seasons without being off, making sure that my colors are still complementing and blending well?
Yeah, well, you hit the first thing on the nail. We do change colors. So do not use that winter color for the spring and summer when the sun is out, because you're going to look a little ghostly. But I would say, first and foremost, two things. Skincare regimen, because with the changing of the weather, we're going from the colder temperatures into the warmer temperatures, and a lot of times that might bring out some of the natural oils. It's hotter outside. You may not do the fuller coverage, and I think we are in an era that is more reminiscent to the 90s, where I think the super overly beat face is not what it is right now. It is more, yes, give it up for that. The makeup artist who loves natural looks. But it's more about the pops. It's more about bringing your own natural beauty out in these days. And that's what I really, really love. I think we're getting away from the overly dramatic eyelashes and, getting back to mascara,
Yes.
getting back to the more of the brown liner ombre look. And I love that. So I think it's more, and I'll say this, I think we're into creams more than powders. It's easier to manipulate. It looks more natural. Yes, you can set, the areas, the hot spots on your face that might get oily, but I think we're in a more of a 90s era, and it's more about a bold pop versus that, early 2000s to late teens of Instagram glam.
Instagram glam. I love that. And the reason I do is because, I'm sure you've heard this. Maybe there are a lot of young women that don't recognize their natural beauty. They're afraid to come outside without a beat face. And it's like, it's interesting because when I interview people here, a lot of times people will say, oh my God, when you see people in person and they don't have all that makeup on, they look so much prettier, or they look so much younger. Why do you think that is, for people, when the less actually ends up being more? Is it skincare, or is it just the naked eye versus the television eye?
Yeah, well, that's a good point too, because when you're on TV or on camera, like for example, Instagram, those YouTubers have on a boatload of makeup. You see it in person, it doesn't look the same. So I think that might get lost in translation when you're looking at, this person looks this way outside of filters, but when this person looks this way, right? But I think also it's makeup can age you. Like, wearing a red lip is beautiful, but for the right person, sometimes a softer lip softens the look. And I think it's with everything. Eyelashes, there are people who have larger set eyes, and that same lash on her looks totally different on me with smaller eyes. So I think
my eyes are big, so I know.
Yeah, it depends
get away with a little bit of a bigger lash. In fact, when I put on small lashes, I might as well just not even put them on.
Yeah. So I think it just depends on the person's features. Yes, makeup can age you. And I think it's just, you have to find that balance of works for your own features and not compare yourself. If anything, find someone on Instagram or YouTube that has similar features to you or similar complexion to you. That way it's a good marker. Because I've had people who might be dark skinned bring me a Kim Kardashian picture, and I'm like,
girl.
That's not it for you. Beautiful, but that's not it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Well, we can't wait to see your reel that you're going to share with us. Let people know, for all the beauty girls here and around in the surrounding areas, let them know how they can get more information on Grind Pretty Fest so they can show up and learn and network and do all those things, get a chance to see some of the amazing journeys of the women that you guys are awarding, and then also do some good networking, with other women that have the same passion that they do.
Absolutely. So you can find tickets to Grind Pretty Fest at grindpretty.com, and everything on social is at Grind Pretty. So be sure to get your ticket. Don't wait till the last minute. I promise you it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And the connections, like I said earlier, it makes it different. And the fun experience and the music and I don't know another festival that has all female. We have 10 female DJs.
Oh, wow.
Festival,
Nice. Yeah.
that alone is like fun and cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, everyone go to grindpretty.com or follow at grindpretty on all social networks.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Mimi. And we look forward to hearing more from you soon and to attending Grind Pretty Fast. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Crystal.
Bye. All right. Well, if you guys are here in Atlanta or in the surrounding areas, make sure you check out Grind Pretty Fast. If you're not here, make sure that you visit the socials, because I'm sure they're going to be dropping a lot of gems from the different conversations and panels. And of course, the awards dinner with all the amazing honorees. This has been Crystal Jordan for Rolling Out, and we've been talking about Grind Pretty Fast. We'll see you guys soon.